Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast, a Christmas special. We've been away for a fair bit for many different reasons, but we're here now. I'm your host, Oliver, as always, joined by Sharpie.
Hello.
It's good to have you back, Sharpie.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
Yeah, we could have a lot to talk about here. Now, we haven't had Thunder Knicks in a while, so we're going to touch on both those teams a little bit later on. The Thunder are winning right now against the Nuggets, but we'll start. I'll just start. We're not going to do weekly multis or accountability because this is the last pod for the year. So I don't think there's much point in doing that. And congratulations, Sharpie, for being the only person to get a one weekly multi right for the whole
on
year.
The first week.
The first week. Hopefully we can have a few more right. Maybe just don't go for any stupid stuff anymore. But anyway, we'll touch on OKC first. So I just want to touch on a few things. So the last four games, the first game we lost to the Pelicans, which was a key game for us to lose in the whole tanking for a pick, although it happened in a bullshit style because of fucking Devontae Graham's. I think that's the furthest shot to win a game in like 30 years. It's something ridiculous. Just, of course, it happens at OKC. And then we beat the Clippers from a game winner. Giddy had 8, 18, and 10, obviously 2 points off a triple-double. And you were in the group, you knew how excited I was expecting him to get it.
Yep.
And
I was hoping he wouldn't get it, and I'm glad he did.
I had it in the drafts. I had a tweet ready at halfway through the third quarter, and obviously I never tweeted it. And Grizzlies revenge game. Oh, Gideon SGA don't make up 73 points. Well, I guess they do, don't they? And they had Jar back. So and we're winning this game against Denver, and SGA is about to get a triple-double or his one rebound try. He probably won't get it knowing our
And Houston have lost their last two games as well, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult so I think after this game we're either half or one and I think we might be half a game out or 1.5 games out from the play-in. So we're too good to tank nearly, and we need to make some trades to get rid of maybe Moose and Kenrich Williams. As much as I love,
you ain't getting anything for those.
I reckon you'd get something for Kenrich Williams. I reckon you could get probably a first at least, just because
you'll be getting a second, probably a top 55 protected second round pick.
So I don't think OKC would take that for Kenrich at least. Him on a contender would be a big difference maker. And I'm not saying that because I'm OKC biased, but like I'm just trying to think a good contender.
I just think the team he's on and everything and is like shutting down his trade value.
That might be right. I don't see us making a trade for a pick, a young player maybe, but
depending on what young player it is.
Yeah, well,
probably Kevin Knox.
No, not happening. But yeah, I think we need to trade a few of our better players for just more picks. Or not more picks, but not as good players, so we don't win as many games, so we can get the Holgram or Banchero or however you want to say it. That's me enough for OKC. I want to ask you a few things. So obviously, there's been heaps of tweets about COVID protocol. What are your thoughts on the whole situation? I didn't see what Adam Silver said yesterday, but where do you stand? Do you think they should suspend it for a week, return to a bubble possibly, or just push through?
I think they should just push through. They're only going into protocols, and it's only if they're all vaccinated, it's fine. They're only going to be out for 7 days now is the length of how long you can be out, depending on if you're a Laker player or not. Because if not, it's 2 days. So I think keep the way it's going. Look, team's going to be a bit depleted in that, but that's up for the front office they should have known. Like they should have identified the correct backup targets and all that stuff to have players in there in case like something went wrong.
Well, I think like you said, the Lakers players are somehow coming back a lot quicker out of the protocol than any other players. Feels like Levine and that's been out forever. but I can't see them ever doing a bubble again. I think
Yeah.
that's just a one-off. I don't think players would do it either.
If there was a big outbreak, like it all started again,
Yeah.
then yeah, I understand. But because it's not, I think it's because everyone's vaccinated now, they got their boosters and everything. I think that it should be fine.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I get maybe suspending it for a week, but then again, after a week, it's just going to happen again. And
I mean,
COVID's all
if you
over.
can just suspend it for a
America.
week, that can give a chance for it to leave the system if something happens or whatnot. Like maybe they can leave protocols and everyone can be back. But yeah, who knows what's going on?
Yeah, well, I haven't actually seen many test positive, or at least seen anything about it. Like they're all entering the protocols, but nothing's been said about testing positive or anything. So
I think I saw something with Luca, whether he's gone into protocols or
he
he
hasn't been
tested
playing
positive.
for a while. So
Yeah, well, he's out with an injury.
But yeah, do you reckon at some stage this year, or do you reckon it'll be next year? They decide to just play through, even if they've do you reckon they'll scrap the protocol next season?
I reckon not next season, but I reckon they might just scrap All-Star Weekend altogether, or just go to a bubble for All-Star Weekend.
Yeah,
something like that. Just no fans in attendance for that, because you're gonna have players coming in from who aren't actually playing in the All-Star game. That's just gonna be in the dunk contest or the 3-point contest. So it's gonna be difficult with that.
Yeah. And it's hard when it's chosen so early, or not so early, but a bit before. But what if one of them gets in protocol the week before All-Star break?
Yeah. Well, they have other players that can be outsiders and that, what that year that I can't remember who got injured, but then Mello stepped up as a replacement for someone who was a few years ago. But so they're gonna have. I think they would have already looked at that, and they wouldn't have said anything out loud or anything, because they want people to free.
Sorry for that error. Obviously, I'm going to edit out most of it, but we'll move on from the whole COVID thing, because I'm pretty sure everyone's had enough of it. Move on to Sharpie's probably favorite part of the week. Now, it is shit news. You don't want to see anyone get injured. AD has done his MCL, I'm pretty sure. So he's out for a minimum of 4 weeks, and he'll get reevaluated in 4 weeks. They're currently sitting right on 500. I'm pretty sure 16-16. Do you think they'll remain 16-16? Do you think they'll remain 500 by the time AD gets back, or do you think they might slip up?
Depending on if a trade's going to happen. There was talks that they're pretty active in the trade market, but I see no movement. So,
the main trade piece, Taylor Horton-Tucker, can't be traded till late January for some reason, because he's got
he'll have something in his contract because when he signed that extension, so that he won't be able to be traded yet. It's like with Randall, he's not allowed to be traded, even though I don't think we're going to trade him anyway. But it's just it's only people that were just signed in the offseason, not re-signed, that can be traded now.
Yeah. I think they're going to fall a bit below 500, just because Westbrook and LeBron aren't enough for that team. Obviously, LeBron's still got to do bulk of the lifting for the team, but they've just got no one else. Carmelo off the bench, all right. DeAndre Jordan at center's not. LeBron's been playing center at times.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Well, this is the thing. He recruited these players to his team. He wanted these players in. He got the players, and now he has to deal with it. It's the same thing that happened with when he first joined the Lakers and stuff. He got a team. It didn't work out with him for some reason. He had all these great players, and then it eventually just didn't work. So what did he do? He traded them all for AD.
Yeah.
So I'm sensing a bit of a pattern here, where there's probably going to trade all these players out and get in Jeremy Grant or Ben Simmons or something. So
this is looking a bit further down the track. since like looking at the Lakers team now, post LeBron era, maybe, or however long, do you see the Lakers trading AD to try and get heaps of young, or at least have a team after LeBron? Because
They're gonna
right
have
now
to.
they've just got nothing.
They've got no assets or anything. They every year they trade their first round picks or something. And if you're a contending team, it makes sense to do that. A lot of teams do it to get pieces in. Look at Clippers and that they did it as well. So yeah, they're going to have to do something. And whether AD leaves in that time before LeBron retires, which could be 5 or 6 years, who knows?
Hmm.
Because I know he wants to play basketball with his son, and that depends on where his son gets drafted. His
Probably
son could get drafted.
OKC.
Yeah, well, at this time, who knows? I see Bronny as a second rounder at the moment. If anything, he's got a lot of development to go through, and that's cool. He's still in high school, which is awesome.
That might be a hot take.
Yeah, well, who knows? He could. So who knows? Like he's only in high school now, so it's going to be cool, like to see his development and everything and how he goes. Yeah. So yeah. But I do see the Lakers potentially moving someone on, just getting some draft picks for the future, whether it's 2027 or something, or just down the line. But I think with a winning team, they're thinking now. They're not thinking about the future and everything.
So just down to the crux of the question, over or under 500 when AD gets back? Just here.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, that's right.
Probably under. I don't see him doing well.
Yeah, I agree. I see them going under. I mean, I think they've got one of the they had the easiest schedule for the first half of the season, and I think they got the second most difficult schedule the second half of the season. And look at their record.
I think that's when the trade's going to happen because they're going to get pissed off, and the GM's going to get pissed off big time. So
big the GM LaFlop, as Iman Shumpert or whatever his name said on.
Yeah, Shumpert wasn't happy.
What a man. Now, even more of a personal subject for you, the Knicks. Okay, so they're currently sitting 12th, and I've just I looked before, there was a tweet about Rose. He's going to be out for 8 weeks because of his ankle surgery. I'm just going to let you roam with the Knicks for a couple of minutes. Start where you want.
It's a bit disappointing to see that, obviously, but it's going to be interesting with Kemba now. Is he going to be back in the starting rotation, starting spot, or is he going to be back in the rotation permanently? We've got Grimes and McBride who have come out and had good games, and then the next day they've been going into protocols, which is unfortunate. But it's going to be good. Hopefully those two can get more minutes now because they looked amazing. Grimes being a great defender, and also McBride, he got 4 steals in the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But I'm hoping that now that Kemba's back, that Randall isn't going to be the point forward, because especially in the game against the Pistons yesterday, the amount of times him just bringing it up the court, then dribbling for no reason, not doing anything, and then he got the ball stolen, and then it led to a fast break and open dunk with the Pistons.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that changes, but I doubt it will. Obviously RJ Barrett is going to be coming back from protocols, I think tomorrow. Maybe Obi's just gotten cleared, which is good. So he'll be back for the game against the Wizards. And it's also going to be cool because it's also going to be a bit disappointing because all the players from Atlanta, they're pretty much gone except John Collins and Cam Reddish and everything. So there goes that good as Christmas game that was going to be happening, even though, Knicks fan, not meant to be liking Trae Young, but it would have been exciting just to see something like that there, like a competitive side of the game. Now, it could either be a blowout or the Knicks could lose this very easily because, they won't be able to make their shots. But, we'll see what happens then on Boxing Day or Christmas Day in America.
You touched on Grimes and the rookies playing good games, and I think, was it Grimes that had 4 steals, or was it?
Nah, McBride. Grimes started and had 27 points or something.
So I remember one of the games earlier this season where they came in the last 5 minutes and they were just picking up their opponent's full court, and they were down by 20, but they brought it back to 14 or 12 or something. Just the energy looked a lot better. And I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm interested to see if Tibbs actually sticks to his no rookies kind of
Yeah,
system.
I doubt it. They're all like we brought back Damian Dotson and we brought in Matt Mooney on a hardship 10-day exemption. Um, so and like Dotson only got like 5 minutes or something. And I don't see them getting any more minutes after this. Like we were playing yesterday. We played Wayne Selden. Like who?
I don't even know him. He's a king.
Yeah, he's a Bulls legend. Yeah. So like we were playing him, and we played for the last two games. We played. This was our start. We played Kemba, Alec Burks, Randall at the 3, Taj at the 4, and Nerlens Noel at the 5 at one point, and
What?
for a lot of the game as well. And it was horrible to watch. The only person that I trusted shooting threes was Taj Gibson, and he could shoot the 3 properly. Like he's actually, even though he doesn't take many threes because he don't get the ball anyway.
He's made 2 a season basically for his whole career.
Yeah,
So he's made
but
30 something threes.
he can shoot. He can shoot it. Like
He's got a not bad midi.
yeah, like he's still evolving, and he's like 36 years old. So that's awesome. I'd like to see just something like, even if it's Dotson at the 3, just you don't need to play Randall at the 3. Like you just take off Noel permanently, even though he's just gone into protocols. Perfect. Trade him now so he doesn't come back.
Give him back to
I'm surprised.
OKC.
I'm surprised he even caught COVID, because Mans can't grab a rebound to save himself, or Mans can't play defense to save himself either. So I don't. That's got nothing to do with COVID. I just wanted to add that in. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on that. But I want Dotson to play 10 minutes. Dotson was amazing for the Knicks the first time, shooting wise. Defensive wise, probably not. I'm surprised we didn't bring back Alonzo Tria or anything. Bring the band back to get the band back together again or something. Just
yeah. I think that's fair. But one thing you touched on all these players that are playing well and stuff. You didn't touch on Kevin Knox's breakout game.
Yeah, the former rookie of the month.
A
the former
long time ago.
Yep, in the Doncic era. In Doncic's rookie year, they both got the rookie of the month.
Beat out Trae Young.
Yeah.
Who's better now?
Well, to be honest, to be fair, Trae Young didn't really have that great of a start to his rookie season. But it was good to see Kevin Knox get game time again. He's got something to prove. There is a role for him somewhere, whether it's just a spot up shooter or something, or I don't know.
I don't think it's on the Knicks anymore.
Yeah, I haven't thought of being on the Knicks for a while. He hasn't, especially with Fizdale. Like Fizdale refused to play him as well, and that shows a lot. When the worst coach in the world, David Fizdale, says he can't play, what do you think that does? Yeah, but I hope that there's a role. There's a team out there that wants him. He can shoot the ball. Has always been practicing after games and everything of him shooting the ball. Still even like an hour after the game. So it's not like does nothing to improve himself. He always tries to improve himself, but he's just got a coach that doesn't trust him, and Tibbs, and he doesn't trust a lot of people. The only people he trusts is Randall.
Veterans.
That's it.
Randall and veterans.
Yeah, and which is sad.
The Knicks have got one of the toughest New Year's Eve games of their season. They're playing Oklahoma in Oklahoma. I made sure. I was hoping that it would be in MSG, so SGA could probably go off for 40 or something. But
yeah, and it'd be good to go off in his future home. So
right, you can get Kenny Hustle, and we'll take RJ Barrett for him. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on with the Knicks? Do you think they'll be above 500 in the next month or so? You want to hope so, but
I hope so. Something needs to change drastically with this team for I'm hoping there's a trade. Mitchell Robinson had a really good game yesterday, and he's kind of silencing a lot of people that want to bring in like a Miles Turner or something, me included. I don't know about getting rid of Mitchell Robinson though. That wasn't my thing, but
I find it interesting. Like we rate Miles Turner, he's unreal defensively, but like he doesn't average a great deal of point. Like he can stretch the floor and stuff, but I don't think he's actually like obviously he wants a bigger role, but he hasn't really proven that he deserves a bigger role.
I think that just goes down to usage stats. Like
Yeah,
how often does he have
yeah,
the ball, especially when they play a low post game anyway,
mm,
with Sabonis there running the floor
mm,
or
yeah,
Malcolm Brogdon running the floor. So I think if he found like a new team where he could be able to sort of do something, I'm not saying pass the ball heaps, like run the floor or anything, but
mm,
get the ball a lot more in shooting positions where
yeah,
it's a pick and pop situation or something like that. Because he can shoot the ball and he can play great defense. So
mm,
any big man that can do that, especially nowadays, any team would want that.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Well, that's the end of the first part of the pod. We'll go into that time of the week again.
Slugs. Horsey tips.
So his first tip is Caulfield Race 7, number 9, Bonvincini. Oh, God, I've practiced this one before. Bonavincini, I'm just going to go with that. His second pick, Randwick Race 7, number 3, Stockman. And his each way of the day is Doomben Race 8, number 3, Hard Empire. God, I need to practice on my pronunciation of some of these words. Moving on to NBA Christmas Day. So we'll just go through each of the games and touch on it a bit. We'll go in the order that they're being played in and we'll pick a winner. So the first game we've touched on already, so I might just get you, it might be a bit boring. So the Knicks Hawks with all the outs.
Knicks.
Yeah, I think the Knicks should win. It would have been more interesting to talk about it if it wasn't for all this COVID stuff. Second one is Bucks Celtics.
Bucks.
Without Giannis is still in protocol. I'm fairly sure he's still in protocol. He didn't play today. I know that much, and he didn't play the other day.
I didn't even know he was in protocol.
Because I'm going Celtics here just because that it makes the game a little less interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll go in.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. We'll go in depth about a bit more in depth about this game. Golden State Warriors versus the Phoenix Suns. I think this is probably going to be the game of the day, but who do you reckon would be favorites going into that game?
Warriors, I think, but I do see the Suns winning it though.
Well, that's the thing. Is Curry and that still in protocol? I genuinely.
I don't even know. Curry was never in protocol. He's fine.
Oh, so it's Wiggins that's in protocol.
Jordan Poole, I think, just went into protocols as well. So.
And Wiggins is already in there. Not the good Wiggins.
He's unvaxxed anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, I think he might have, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was. He would be though. Yeah, because he played in Toronto. Actually, that might have been before they made the change.
And he played in New York as well, I think.
But Booker's back, and I mean, this is 1 and 2 in the conference. So I mean, I think this will be the best game. I'm going to back the Suns. Just, who did you have? Sorry.
I'm going to back the Suns as well.
All right. Now, what was meant to be the game of the day, it was Nets Lakers in LA. Now, obviously, I don't know. I think KD got rested last time, so I think he'll be playing, and obviously, probably no Harden and Kyrie. I don't think will. No, he's in protocol as well. Kyrie won't be there, and obviously, no A Disney. What are your thoughts on this game? How do you think it goes down?
Well, it's going to be pretty much the Long Island Nets versus LeBron. So I can probably see Lakers winning this, maybe, but I don't know. Isn't this the first game where they got the crypto arena sign or something?
Oh, that'll be interesting. That might look cool.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, this is. I don't even know how long all them are in protocol. Is KD even playing? I didn't even.
I don't even know if he's in protocol because he didn't play yesterday, but I thought that was down to him being rested.
Oh, yesterday they got postponed. Yesterday that game got postponed.
Oh, okay. The might have been the day before then. I genuinely don't know if he's in protocol or not, but
He didn't play against the Magic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He might have been rested, but
But that was a while ago. So that was on
Yeah.
the 18th. So he could be back.
So let's just presume that he is back for this game.
Oh, then I think the Nets are going to win that one.
I think he would drop 40 on them.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think the Nets win.
I like, this is what I talked about in the free agency podcast. The Nets depth is going to be crucial for this situation. Like with, Mills, Griffin, Bembry, David Duke Jr. is even playing well, and Kessler as well. Yeah, and Aldridge. So and Cam Thomas and all that. Like, it's going to be good for those players. They're going to get a lot more minutes now, especially if you saw the roster the other day against the Magic. But yeah, if KD's back for that game, and I know there's going to be a lot of, because Lakers only have a 1 day or 2 day protocols, so I think the Lakers will have a full team in by then, besides A Disney. I can still see the Nets winning though.
Yeah, I think that would be a very fun game to watch.
It's going to be a great day.
Like, it's so hard to do it because like now it's just like everyone's in protocol. You don't know who's playing. Everyone's getting bored in on 10-day contracts. I'll touch on that a bit later. It's just difficult to choose who's going to win. And that's why I've been staying away from multis relating to NBA, because you just don't know who's playing.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the only team that hasn't had many protocols is OKC.
We haven't had one.
Makes sense. They social distance on defense.
Hey, we've won 3 out of 4 games. We're on a 3-game win streak. Should be 4, but we lost to Pelicans. And SGA got a triple-double. I'll leave it on that. So what a man. Last game of the day, I don't think we really need to go in depth about this, is Mavs Jazz, because there's no Luka and I don't even know if there's Porzingis.
Even if there was Luka, I still see the Jazz winning this.
Yeah. So Christmas Day was meant to be one of the best days for basketball. Turns out it's going to be pretty disappointing. I think they just need to put OKC.
I think it's it's Christmas Day, but it's our Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So
well, you'll be at the test match anyway.
No, I'm going day 2. So
I thought you were going Boxing Day. Oh, you got the good day.
I'm going Boxing Day test. I'm going day 2 and day 3.
Yep. So you got the good day. Okay.
Yep.
A
whole day to watch basketball.
Enjoy wearing a mask. At the stadium. All right. So got a little segment here. I've called it All I Want for Christmas. Obviously, speaks for itself. Personally, what do you want for Christmas, basketball-wise, obviously? What's something that you want, whether it's league-wide, whether it's specific to the Knicks, whatever?
Hate
to throw you on the spot here, but...
No, I saw the pre-podcast notes.
I'll go first, actually. I've got mine. So mine is for Simmons to be traded and the whole saga to just be done with. I want to see him actually perform on his own team. I'd like to see him just get traded to Orlando, or like, obviously I'm not saying that he's going to get traded there, but get traded to Orlando or Detroit, win them a few games and make sure OKC get a better pick. But no, just to have a team around him. And the second one, and I know I'm in control of this, but it still annoys me. Just an end to all the notifications I'm getting from Woj and that about 10-day contracts to people I've never heard of. Give up. If I go on my phone right now and look at the last few tweets that Woj has tweeted out about the 10-day contract, I don't think you're going to be able to name barely any of them.
Probably could.
Who's Derrick Rose?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. See, I got you. But that's just my personal thoughts. I'm gonna have a scroll through. Joe Johnson actually came back, so that's a useful one. That
40 years old.
Yeah,
awesome.
And he scored 2 points in his first game. It was
a good midi.
Emmanuel Mudiay, he's back. Actually.
Knicks legend.
Of course, now DJ Wilson left the OKC Blue, of course. There's a lot of people that I actually know now. Charlie Brown, it's not the OKC one, so I'm struggling a bit here. Jalen Green's meant to return as well this week. Good news. Good news. Anyway, you can Troy. Oh no, he's don't worry. Moses Wright. There we go. There's one. I've never heard of Moses Wright. Took me a while, but he signed with the Clippers. Someone pick up Mitch Creek.
What's wrong with Moses Wright?
Oh yeah, right.
Georgia Tech, Wildcat. Let's go.
Anyway, give us your all I want for Christmas now that you've had a
I just want
taste.
all this COVID shit to be over with basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sick of all of it. It disrupts the league every time. Every
Disrupting
team.
our fantasy.
Yeah, exactly that too. I just want all of this shit to be over. And the thing is, I won't ever end.
Yeah. I think eventually, not though. That's what I was alluded to before. I think they hopefully next season they just play through it. There's no protocols or anything. If COVID's been around for that long, by the time next season starts, if people are still getting it or whatever, they shouldn't have to sit out for 10 days. If you've got the vaccine and whatever.
if you're sick, if you've got symptoms, flu-like symptoms, then just treat it like that, where you just don't play.
If you're asymptomatic,
then you're just going to get sick. Then just don't be around the team. It's like being sick in public and that, where you just don't go near people so they don't get sick.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because it's very contagious. You just don't go near people.
And like this new Omicron variant, apparently it's not as bad, but it's highly contagious. Which
that's probably why there's a lot of people going in.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like you haven't seen one. I don't want to touch wood, it doesn't happen, but you haven't seen one player in an ICU or anything. Like you haven't seen anyone get to a very serious stage, at least that I know of. And obviously it shouldn't be down to that, but I just hope that next season they move on from the protocols and everything and they find something.
Yeah.
They find a way around it. So before we finish, weekly pick'ems. Now the month has basically ended. We're not going to do it this pick'em this week because I can't catch up either way, because this is the last pod for the year. Just a reminder, last pod for the year. You and Lockie finished 2-0 and I finished 0-2. So if you remember, I'll let you pick a forfeit for me. A relatively, like not a terrible forfeit, like shaving me head or something. Just like something that fits we'll talk about it anyway. And I'll have to do it on the podcast or in a TikTok for the podcast or something. So it's a little bit of an idea. Just don't make it terrible. Next year, I haven't discussed this with you, but we're possibly going to do a live podcast instead of pre-recorded. We'll discuss that more. And thank you for noticing the new shirt. The team, remember the team Sharpie? We go for Burnley.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Burnley.
Oh no, I haven't watched football in a while because that's been postponed as well. So.
But Burnley, we love them, don't we?
No, we don't. They took Nathan Collins from Stoke.
Oh no, what a legend. The gingerbeard man. No, you got to love Burnley though, because
you're thinking of the wrong Collins, but that's fine.
Oh, am I actually?
You're thinking of the one that played for West Ham.
Oh god. Are you sure he doesn't have a ginger beard as well?
I think he is ginger, but I don't think he has a beard. He's
okay. 20. Maybe the gingers just got crossed over. Either way, they're both ginger. But you got to go for Burnley because that's the podcast team.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, thanks for joining us for this year. We're 6 months in, so I think it's been going all right. Hopefully, we can get some more followers next year. We've got a few guests lined up. Believe it or not. I'm not going to say it yet, but we have. So, go on. What were you going to say?
I honestly did not think we go this far into it. Like when we did the first podcast, I think it was game 2 of the NBA Finals. I was thinking, gee, this won't last that long. It's going to be a couple of weeks of this, and who would have thought? Now we're at Christmas, and we're still going. 23
locker room episodes, and I think 3 Thunder Knicks. So 26 all up. It might speed up over next year. We'll see what happens.
What's been your favorite one of the?
The one that sticks in my head still is Brad coming on and trying to do his intro, and his mic's not working.
That was very good. My favorite one was when even though it was edited, but my laptop went flat during it. So then my mic I was talking about something, and then I just hear nothing. I was just talking, rambling on about something, and then I couldn't hear anything after I said it for like 5 minutes or something. And I messaged you, and then I looked up and my laptop was flat. So that was.
We were just so interested in what you had to say, though.
Yeah, that was.
We're just listening. Well, that's not going to be able to happen next year if we go live.
Yeah, not.
But we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for joining. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Geez, I'm already in that Christmas mode. We'll probably be back first or second week of January. So hope everyone enjoys. Thanks for joining us, Sharpie.
No worries.
And we'll see you in the new year.